But now we will see Arvind. I'm not sure if you are a magician as well.
Unfortunately not, although you never, can rule it out in a future life.
Okay, but you hope to do some magic things or to allow for some magic things for your developers with what you do um, for extensibility with Premiere Pro, right?
Yeah, I mean, technology is always, I think, more magical than card tricks. So if people are able to make magic using Premiere, then I'm happy with that too.
Perfect. Last year you had been in the audience, but you had been already in this role, like you are a product manager for Premiere Pro. Please introduce yourself, what area you're working on, and then take it away with the updates for DVA developers. Thank you, Arvind.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Ingo. And I have to say, your setup is amazing. Maybe I'll borrow a few, trinkets here and there for my future setup. Hi, everybody. My name is Arvind Sridhar. I am the Premiere Pro Extensibility Product Manager. And today I'm really excited to talk to you about Premiere Pro and UXP. This presentation will also primarily be accompanied by the wonderful Cathy Dong, who has been one of the lead developers on Premiere Pro UXP, who will be demoing some of the ways in which you can use UXP in Premiere Pro beta today. So, I want to talk about a few things as it pertains to why it's worth checking out UXP and Premiere Pro beta today. Firstly, Premiere Pro is really invested in UXP, and our team is especially interested in how can we open up not just the current workflows and the parity workflows with what developers have been able to do with CEP in the past, which we're actively still working on and is one of the primary goals of this beta period. But also what's next. As many of you may have seen, the Premiere Pro team, as well as most teams across Adobe, are thinking about what does real applicative AI look like for creatives in a way that enhances these video products and these broader products at large. And for us, what that means is we want UXP to be the main enabler for developers, such that you can access the AI forward capabilities of Premiere Pro as they continue to come out. So we are actively prioritizing AI forward APIs in Premiere Pro, specifically in UXP, that can take advantage of Premiere's new AI capabilities. What that means is that AI APIs such as transcription and captions, we plan to be available soon following the GA release of UXP in Premiere Pro, which means that as soon as UXP comes out in Premiere Pro or shortly thereafter, you can start building new business workflows specifically around investigating and understanding what AI forward application looks like for the modern video editors and users. In terms of UXP for Premiere Pro, this is obviously an opportunity to modernize our developer experience from what it's been in the past. This means that we're investing heavily into updated resources. We currently have documentation up for UXP Premiere Pro Beta, which is going to be continued to be enhanced for Premiere Pro GA for UXP, as well as sample plugins and SDK that Cathy will talk about in a bit. Hybrid plugins have been a huge feature request, and we thank a lot of the developers that have come to us with this feature request. This will be part of our GA release for Premiere Pro UXP, such that you can combine your UXP workflows with C++ in order to achieve custom functionality with your plugins. We also are actively looking at enabling UXP scripts at some time post general availability, which may be thought of as headless plugins, where you don't have the actual panel UI interface, but you're able to do things with UXP that kind of operate in the background in the Premiere Pro app. The most important thing that I want to emphasize is that this is a period, especially this beta period, of ongoing enhancement driven by developer feedback. We want to hear from you. We want to hear everything that comes to mind. And we are really actively trying to make UXP a better platform specifically for Premiere Pro, such that there are new business opportunities, there are new ways of helping and enhancing creative opportunity. And we want Premiere Pro to be the foundational layer, especially for video pros. So what does that mean going forward? If you're new to UXP, please start by reviewing the documentation and sample projects. Once again, Cathy will touch on this in a second. There is a developer forum for Premiere Pro Beta. So if you go to the Creative Cloud developer forums, you'll find a Premiere Pro Beta or Premiere Pro specific UXP tab. Please do comment any of your thoughts, feedbacks, engage with the developer community. We are on there as well, and we are always reading your feedback. If you have a CEP extension or plugin currently, assess it for API compatibility with what's available today in the Premiere Pro beta. Of course, this is not the finalized version of what's to come. But if Most of the APIs that you need, or all of the APIs that you need, are available in UXP for Premiere Pro Beta. It's a great time to begin prototyping with UXP, and ask for feedback and give us your thoughts on your early testing as you continue this migration. The Creative Cloud Extensibility team has office hours that we are often attending and would love to hear from you at. And there will, of course, be future migration guides, sample code, and other forms of support going forward. If you want to partner with us specifically and have a more one-on-one interaction with the Adobe team, of course, please do build an extension panel or plugin for Premiere Pro, and list on the Adobe Exchange Marketplace. We are very active on social media and always looking for opportunities to engage with plugin developers, especially on social media. You can see the Adobe video tag for reshares and retweets. And then finally, stay in touch with our teams. And we have an NDA onboarding process where if you want to hear more about what we're working on and be a part of that very live development, we can get you on board with that. And then, of course, if you're coming to IBC, if you're coming to Adobe Max, please do interact with our team, come to us at our booths, and talk to us about what you're building and how we can help you with that. I'll finally end with this QR code. This QR code is the video ecosystem website. It's adobevideopartner.com. This will serve as a hub for resources in terms of navigating how to become a video partner. Please do bookmark this and engage with us. I'll now pass it to Cathy, who will give a more comprehensive demo of what's possible in UXP Premiere Pro today. Thank you again for investing your time, energy, and resources into being a part of our Premiere Pro ecosystem.
All right. All right. Hi, everyone. I think, unfortunately, I'm having some issue with my camera right now, but since you guys can see my screen, that's great. Just a brief intro about myself. I'm Cathy. I'm a software developer engineer from Premiere Pro engagement team, and I've been working on design and development of sample panels, as well as the UXP API itself. So for today, as Arvind has covered through like why it's important for us to start looking into UXP API for Premiere Pro. For now, I will be just giving a live demo of how a UXP plugin, and specifically our simple UXP plugin, could help with a video editing workflow. And just some context information right here. I did some local customization on my local branch, so you are going to see some behavior difference between the sample panel you see fetched publicly online, but in general they're really similar. And the other thing is that, as we appreciate you guys being here, this demo will include the use of new button that use new API that we are going to include in our GA. So let's get started. So as you can see right now, sort of like the concept right here is today I would like to create a relatively simple sequence, kind of like an introduction of a cooking show, just several fancy video cooking shots with background music and also some simple effect transition and captions. Since I already got my project ready, my sequence ready, and also clip imported, the next step for me is to be inserting of the video clip and audio clip I need into the timeline. Well, luckily I have my sample plugin with me, which means I can just selecting of the video clip I would like to insert into my timeline and using this insert track item with selected project items button, so I can have all clip inserted into sequence by once, and I can do the same stuff for my video clip, so that ta-da, just several button clips. I have my sequence almost ready for video clip and audio clip bar. And similarly, because of course, in the beginning of cooking show, there are usually some captions about the history of food or something like that. I would like to insert the captions by using Morgus. I have actually borrowed from Adobe Library called Symbol Broadcast Caption.morgus. So that would help me to insert this caption in my timeline. And again, I think I will probably need to use 3 of them instead of just 1 of them, so I can use this helpful clone selected track item button, so that I can just, copy pasting my selected track item at the same track side by side. All right, so the basic components of my sequence looks good at this point. It's time to add some, effects and transitions to make it flow more naturally and more fun. So for that, I can just go to my effects and transition section of my sample plugin. And as you can see right here, I have this super helpful add gamma correction and transition effect and transition button, so that if I just simply click on that and if I expand my sequence a bit, you can see that of this FX button has been lightened up because the gamma correction effect was added correctly to also the track item I've selected, and also you can see the end transition of extract has been applied successfully too. And similarly, as I do feel like my audio is kind of like the portion between vocal and music is kind of off, I will add a vocal enhancer effect to my audio. And again, you see that this FX button lighting up because it has been added successfully. And you can see that with my sample plugin, I was able to complete this like super simple sequence just, in minutes, 2 minutes, something like that. Anyway. All right, cool. So last but not least, I would like to bring everyone's attention to the history panel. Don't know if you guys noticed or not, but there's no duplication. And by duplication, I mean that I was adding, multiple gamma correction effects as well as the end transition to, of the track item I've selected. But you've seen that in this history panel, I only have 1 entry for adding the gamma correction effect and the end transition. And this is because we introduced this new pattern in UXP. So for people who have worked on CEP before, for API calls, once you make that API calls, Premiere Pro will execute the action for you and return if certain action has been successful. But in UXP, we have this new pattern where we will return the action to you. And we give the developer the ability to compound or combine multiple action into one single undoable action, just like this, so that if those actions has been combined and executed as a single undoable action, if I go back to right here, you will see that all the effects and transition I've added has been reverted successfully. And if I revert back again, all the effects and transition was added at the same time again. So as you could see, this could be really beneficial for the user, especially they're working on a larger project, a larger sequence. They would like to do a batch operation to like multiple things at the same time. They no longer need to worry about getting to an awkward position where some of the changes has been reverted back or some of are not. So yeah, that would actually be almost the end of my presentation. Just would like to sort of say what Arvind has covered before. Lots of interesting new things are happening in our UXP land right now. So it's definitely a great time to explore, what is currently available and what to expect at the Premiere Pro beta, and also exploring by using our sample plugins. And yeah, that's all for me for today. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Katie, for this great demo. And unfortunately, we could not see you, or could just the pink background of your camera. But yeah, this is great.
Developers Live.